What is up, YouTube? My name is Secure, and I'm back with a brand new video. And yes, the final for the Caraboa Cup, Carabao/League Cup/EFL Cup has been confirmed. It will be Chelsea versus Liverpool. And I gotta say, I was supposed to actually upload this yesterday, and I was happy and eager that we beat the frankly gargantuan European club that is Middlesbrough. I mean, I wanted to just emphasize what a big victory this is for Chelsea Football Club in frankly the biggest game of the season. But I like held off the victory sirens to wait and see if Fulham can do an upset, just like what Chelsea did, let's be frank, against Liverpool. And I gotta say, there was only one upset, and that was Chelsea beating Middlesbrough 2 days ago. And I gotta say, man, they are 11th in the league, and I gotta say that is a very, very good team. People will say, wait a minute, which league are you talking about? I'm like, don't focus on the minor details of which league. The frank is they're 11th in the league, close to the playoffs. And frankly, the underdogs of the day beat them. People will talk about that night in Munich, that night in Barcelona, that night at Stamford Bridge. But I have to add one more date. I have to add one more date to that absolutely pivotal. Excuse me. And I have to say that night at Chelsea. I mean, that 6-1. Frankly, beating that we gave Middlesbrough will go down in history because that was the biggest game of our season. People will say, wait a minute, doesn't that just show how low the standards have dropped? But I'm saying, hold on there. It just shows how high the ceiling is. And I gotta say, man, I was stunned, perplexed, and frankly, mesmerized by that performance by Chelsea. I gotta say, man, because we all know the pedigree that Middlesbrough is, man. They did beat us 1-0 away from home, and that just shows you the pedigree that they are. Again, to reiterate, they are 11th in the league. That is no laughing matter. I mean, let me just do this. That is no laughing matter. And as you saw against Fulham, against Liverpool, I mean, I think Fulham are, I think they're 12th in the league, if not lower, and it just shows you the numbers are there. Again, people like to categorize it, saying, no, they're different leagues. I'm like saying, look at the facts. Look at the facts, plain and simple. Don't put multiple layers in the story. And I am looking forward to beating Liverpool. Can we beat Liverpool? Well, that'll have to be a different video in its entirety. But I have to analyze this game because I was actually shocked how Michael Carrick approached that game at Stamford Bridge. In my opinion, that was naive. That was, I mean, naivety I haven't seen before because, again, time in, time out, every Chelsea fan that analyzes our game and sees the problems for what they are and just doesn't look at Pochettino every single game will understand that we have a problem against a certain type of opponent, and that opponent is one that sits deep and counters attack. The low block, we are so vulnerable to it, and frankly, that's how Middlesbrough beat us in the first leg. So to see a back four, I was already saying, okay, wait a minute. I was saying 1-0 and I was going through the penalties, but now this could be an absolute cricket score, and frankly, it was. I mean, I was absolutely stunned. I mean, the blueprint to beat Chelsea again, we've seen it time in, time out, last season, this season as well. The low block and counter-attack, we are absolutely vulnerable to that. So to see, frankly, 11th place team do that at Stamford Bridge, I was disgusted and I felt disrespected. I mean, how can you do that? How can you think this is the way we're gonna go through in the tie? So Michael Carrick again, that was pure naivety. Now moving to the Fulham Liverpool game, I mean, to be fair, I think 1-1 was frankly, it was frankly, I think, lenient on Fulham because I did notice that when I was watching the game, Liverpool were a lot less clinical than what they were against the Bournemouth and how they perform in the league. So I think it was more of a pipe dream. But they did get the late equalizer in the game, but not in the tie. So that could have been it could have been very, very favorable for Chelsea. that Fulham went through, but of course they didn't, and I didn't expect them to. But it was closer than what I thought it would be. If only Liverpool were a bit more clinical, and of course Willian. I mean Willian, rolling back the years again. I mean again, one of my most favorite player. I'm not saying he's the best. He's my favorite modern player. Some people say Hazard, but that's kind of like, you know, of course it's Hazard. But yeah, I think it was very underrated in a Chelsea shirt, and he had I think months where I was like, whoa, this is kind of the best winger in the league, the best player in the world sometimes. And so of course we saw that when like Barcelona linked him and all that. I'm sorry, man. I'm going off on the tangent because I love Willian. I'm so it just shows me, man, that you can go to another league, a frankly inferior league, and kind of be middle of the pack. I think they won the league or won a cup somewhere there in Brazil and come back to the Premier League and perform admirably, very very admirably. And yeah, for a side as big as Fulham, again, okay guys, I'm sorry, I am DRing. I'm DRing. I'll stop. I'll stop. But yeah, Chelsea versus Liverpool in the EFL/Carabao Cup final. Again, I'm not a big fan of the Carabao Cup. I'm not a big fan of the Carabao Cup. I think when you praise that, like winning, I think the FA Cup or the Champions League or even the league, as we saw for Manchester United last season, it just shows you how low you are. But again, when you understand how low you are, you understand how low you are in a way, because this is where we are. This is where we want to win it. Normally, I wouldn't care. I'll focus on the FA Cup, which I still think we can win. Because again, I think we're playing against Aston Villa, and Aston Villa with the high line we might beat. So I'm gonna have to do a preview for that. Oh, no, man, I don't know about that. Who are you? Jeez. So it's just Pochettino calling me for some transfer tips, because again we have no business, and for of course for some tactics. But besides all that, man, I am very very excited to face Liverpool off in the Carabao Cup final, because again as well they are gonna play Callagher in goal, and that to me is an absolute, well, like we're basically playing with 10 men. They are basically playing with 10 men. We are playing with 12 men. And wow, man, like, Callagher is an absolute travesty. I mean, dude, I don't know how low I'll rank him, man. I think he's a bottom half keeper. I truly think he's a bottom half keeper. I can analyze it because I think they're gonna play that youngster. They're playing Bradley, and I think we're gonna get the best of him. Van Dijk as well. Gomez in the middle. I mean, there are some weaknesses to exploit, because obviously we will go strong, because we have such a big squad that I think any piece we put there, you will think they're strong. I do want to win this. I absolutely want to win this. But I think we will get a preview of what's going to happen against Liverpool when we face Liverpool. That's stupid, but of course I mean facing Liverpool in the league. We will get a preview of what's gonna happen. Of course, less intense from Liverpool, but this is what I will expect, because of course they have Europe and they have FA Cup. Frankly, I don't think they haven't been knocked out of any cups. And frankly, if it wasn't for that travesty that happened against Spurs, I don't think they would actually have lost the game this season. I'm not sure about that. Yeah, but I don't think they've lost the game. So we do have our cut out for us as Chelsea Football Club. But I'm very eager and excited to see what happens in that final. I don't know when it is, but I do think it's gonna be in a month's time or so. Because again, man, the big cup finals are at the end of the season. We know this. This is like I don't know, man. This is like a tin can trophy, because of course it's Carabao Cup, and frankly it's a soda trophy. But this is how low we are at Chelsea right now, that we can only win this and we'll say, okay, this is a good season to build off of, not a good season in general, a good season to build off of. And yeah, I mean, again, I have to say, man, I'm still stunned that we beat that Galactico side of Middlesbrough. I mean, wowzers. I mean, jinkies, bro. I mean, wow. I'm still stunned. But yeah, all that's left for me to say is wish all of you a very good day. See ya.